Lights! In the 16th century, playwrights would use the sun as their form of lighting. They made theaters at an angle so the sun could hit the stage throughout the day and make as many shows as possible. By 1670, candles started being used, and by 1783, oil lamps were being used. That wasn't until 1880 when the light bulb was created. Now, even though the light bulb was already made, Edison made the first indoor film studio on a turntable and with a roof that opens and closes so the sun could still get inside. The turntable was necessary so the shadows would stay in the same spot throughout the day. Kind of genius. This studio was named the Black Maria. It wasn't until later that film studios started using light bulbs. 30 years go by, people are still using the same sun and light bulbs, until director W.D. Griffith created a technique to soft light faces. He did this by diffusing the light source of a shot to make the face the focal point of the film. Director started freaking out. He said, oh my gosh, you can make things look better with lighting? So what did they do? They started to experiment with diffusion. They started to experiment with bouncing light. They started to move light positions. This is what created the Rembrandt light. Not created. They found out about it. They found out about Rembrandt's light through a painter whose name was Rembrandt van Rijn. He would sometimes use it in his paintings, and so they started using it in cinematography. So now that people can manipulate light, make things look better, movie makers started using that to enhance the narrative of the film. The majority of the black and white era, film noir, relied heavily on shadows and lights to create a suspenseful feeling. When color erupted into films, they started using colors as a way to display emotion, allowing the director to make you feel his intent. You know, red makes you angry or scared or intense. Blue makes you sad or cold. And then lighting changed forever. I can't even tell you what's going on. I'm going to show you a clip of Harold Skinner. He is a chief lighting technician. He's talking about The Social Network.
Kind of Rembrandt lighting there with the wraparound. And she's basically side lit from her left, but it wraps around just enough to catch her right eye. It was either a 2 or a 4-bank Kino flow with muslin on it and quarter CTO to match the practicals. Here at the profile shot, it would basically be just above the lens. Jeff likes a lot of backlight, and David uses atmosphere at a base level too in here. Gives it a lot of depth, but you have to fight the veiling glare that the backlight gives you on the atmosphere sometimes. It'll give away your sources. I had lights rigged in the same fashion, up above in the ceiling, backlighting the rest of the people in the bar. They're basically 4-foot long strips with standard sockets on them, and we put photo floods in there and cover that with muslin. There was a little balance card off to the camera left side too, near the other camera. It provides a little detail on her neck there. There were a 4x4 diffusion frame. It was probably 216, and I think there's a little eye light there to give her a little ping in the eye. Basically, so made a tiny little Chimera box on a little LED brick, and then I was able to dial that up and down so that it just gives that little hard round reflection in the center of the eye.
Is that it?
Pretty much.
He makes me feel like I know nothing about lights. I can make the Rembrandt light though. And I can tell you about the Black Maria. So that's something.